thing I wanted to add to the Jets thing that you added that you were talking about with Justin Fields. He's having an okay season when you think about it. Compared to Justin Fields' previous season and what the Jets have had at quarterback in previous years. The thing about Justin Fields, man, he's 0-26 as a starter in games where the other team scores 21 plus points. That's crazy. You want to talk about a guy who you cannot rely on to bring you back or not rely on to win a high-scoring shootout type of game? Justin Fields might be the epitome of the one guy you do not want at quarterback.
Exactly. But I also say, Austin, with those type of numbers, that should let Aaron Glenn understand that, listen, let's slow this game down. Let's put the ball in Breece Hall's hand. Let's let Justin Fields actually have more runs where the game can just slow down, because if we give these offense too many possessions, we know he's not going to score 30. So we got to slow this game down and figure this thing out, because, I mean, goodness grief. And like I said, he's not playing that bad. I think he's playing – I never thought he was that good now. Let's be clear.
No, he's not.
I don't even think he's top 15, top 20 quarterback, but – he's playing decent enough where he can get wins. I feel bad for Garrett Wilson. He's an awesome receiver. I'm not lying. He's
in an okay year.
Listen,
he's in an okay year.
And just some of the plays he's making, I'm like, shit, we can use that in Dallas. But Justin Fields. I guess Pittsburgh knew what they were doing.
Yep. Let's start there let's start there for the topics to expand on. Let's start with the Jets, right? Because if you get online for 5 seconds, you just type in Jets, all you're going to see is Jets fans saying, this is the worst Jets in history. This is a lock for an 0-17 team. This is what, just open Twitter and type in Jets. You're not going to find one fan who disagrees with that sentiment. And I had to look into it. I think it's worth diving into because the Jets have some pretty shitty damn teams lately. But right now, I don't think it's the worst Jets team ever, but it's inching closer and closer by the week. And I think the one thing that you have to look at in terms of you can look at data and you can look at stats. I'm happy to crack into it. But if you look at their win probability charts for every single game, they're almost instantly below a 50% win probability to jump right off the get-go. And then the graph just keeps going down and down and down for them. It never spikes up in favor of the Jets as like a trend forward that they might win this game, besides one blip from a miracle play that Will McDonald made, in the sense that they're instantly starting from behind, and then the whole game is essentially just trending for them it's just getting worse and worse and worse for them the entire game. On the Justin Fields point, he's surprisingly not been the biggest problem at this point. He's still running like an RB1, that's for sure. And mind you, I think the thing with Justin Fields is you look at his numbers, you're like, oh, he hasn't thrown an interception at all yet this season, and he's passing for a bit of yards. He has a 100.1 passer rating, which is so far the best in his career, but his 46 QBR, I believe, is 22nd in the NFL, is a real testament to the fact that he is doing very little to add to the Jets' expected points per play. That's kind of what that stat is about, and is doing very little in terms of the reason why, where the credit goes for the success of a play, which is another thing that goes into QBR. So he's doing next to nothing in that line. So when you think about his actual contributions, a lot of his yards and production is coming from fourth quarter, late game, dump off short shit. I think he's averaging like 6.8 yards a pass. It's not great right now. So like you said about Breece, he's doing nice. They lost Braylon Allen. He's doing nice. Garrett Wilson's putting up some seriously nice numbers, which Garrett Wilson's numbers are better than he ever had with Aaron Rodgers. Granted, he had one season with it. But they've been utter dog shit on third down conversions, 34%. So there's a lot going wrong with the Jets. I don't know. What's been kind of your biggest takeaway? Is this the worst Jets you've seen?
No, hell no. That's not the worst Jets seen. I've been around a long time. I've seen worse. But now I do understand this. So I tell people all the time, they're going to keep recycling coaches in and out. They're going to keep recycling quarterbacks in and out. When are they going to start saying, hey, owners, you need to go find somebody who want to buy this team? Management stinks over there. Ownership stinks over there. The Jets are becoming a graveyard. Look at, Sam Darnold had success outside of them in Minnesota, having success in Seattle right now. Just last year, Aaron Rodgers is in Pittsburgh, where they have some type of structure, consistency in what they're doing and how they're the way they're going to play football. He's doing well now. I could keep going down the line of quarterbacks that's been there, players that's been there, and I just think a lot right now is on the owner, GMs, management, because it's looking like a graveyard. Because I mean, we thought Aaron Glenn was gonna be a good coach. We really did. I mean, they have the talent. And it's getting worse though. The first game of the year, they played tight. I mean, it's getting worse. Just I watched the one game last week. It was just penalty after penalty after
Mhm.
penalty. Like, and at this point, delay of games in the NFL to me is just like terrible. Like, why are you getting delay of games? Get the play in. I won't say it's the worst because they have talent. I mean, that Zach Wilson Jets team wasn't good before they brought
No.
Aaron Rodgers. That Zach Wilson just recently, that Zach Wilson wasn't good. Trying to think before Rex
Back 20,
Ryan.
2020, 2021 was pretty shitty. 2020, the whole
Yeah,
Rex Ryan, man.
before and Rex Ryan had him good, but see, once again, they didn't do enough to keep Rex Ryan happy and keep him in New York. Just let him keep building defensive teams. I mean, Mark, getting back to Mark Sanchez, I call back. He was his quarterback with the butt fumble. So if you would
Yep.
just would have gave him an elite quarterback, who knows what you would have been able to do. But no, I don't think they're the worst Jets team I've ever seen, but right now they're looking like between them and Oakland might be the worst teams in the NFL right now, though.
Yeah, and you would expect that with Aaron Glenn, he was a good DB in his pro career, right? And Sauce Gardner, a lot of people are like, he's not improving. He's not getting better. If anything, he's going the wrong way, it seems.
Digressing. Yeah, he's digressing.
Yeah. And so that's been, I think, to me, been one of the most surprising things. I know they lost one of their cornerbacks to free agency this offseason, but look, the Jets allowed the third fewest yards last season and right now are allowing the eighth most, primarily to a struggling run defense. They're 26th in yards allowed per play. Get this. Last season, they finished second. The season before, first. And in 2022, second. So this defense has regressed horribly from the Robert Saleh era to the Aaron Glenn era. They've actually improved in opponent time of possession. So it's not like the opponents just got the ball all game long. So they've improved there. And there's a ton of things actually when you just look at, again, just from a raw data perspective, they're actually middle of the pack, which is mostly a downgrade on the defensive side compared to the last 2 years, but offensively is an upgrade. So I can't sit here and say it's the worst. Granted, the offensive improvements are because of they're having to go crazy in the second half. This team is putting up 6.8 points in the first half of games. It's horrible. One of the worst first half scoring teams in football, which has forced them in the second half to just get crazy and pass around. They're scoring 15.6 points a game in the second half, which is fourth best in the NFL right now. But like I said, if you just look at that win probability chart, that kind of tells the story of everything. They start from behind. It looks bad off the jump, and it keeps getting worse. It keeps trending away and away and away and away from the Jets. So it's not like, they're just spiking up and like, oh, this is a game. The Jets are really going to win this. It's more of they're just kind of in recovery mode.
Because that game Sunday wasn't close. If you looked at
No, not
Dallas
even close.
versus the Jets, that score looks a little. That game looked like it could have been a 50-6 win if Dallas would have kind of kept their foot on their necks. But defense kind of lacks a little bit in the second half. But yeah, that wasn't close. So
No. So I don't know. I'm not in the camp that this is the worst team. I think it's trending to be. I could see a world in which the Jets don't win a game this year. I could see, but at the same point, I can also Justin Fields has surprisingly done just enough in this offense to where Breece Hall is productive, Garrett Wilson is productive. He's getting the ball to the tight ends. I think they can. Like you said, they have talent. This is a team that can win. So I'm shocked that this defense cannot get right. It's kind of crazy. With Aaron Glenn especially, you thought there was going to be a lot of good stuff happening. So,
but you look at defenses that are doing good. Their superstars are doing well.
yeah.
The Jets superstar is not playing well.
True.
And granted, if he doesn't want to be there, he might need to come out and say that. But you might need to give your money back because he's just not playing well. And I think superstars carry teams, and when they're not playing good, it's reflecting on the whole defense. So yeah, Sauce, you got to kind of get that Sauce back, brother.
Yeah, hey, we saw Sauce in a cheesehead when he came to Lambeau. We could make that happen. I think we can make that happen. Why don't we get him in a cheesehead and in the green and gold, and let's get this career back on track, Sauce. Let's talk about it. Let's get that trade cooking up. Let's get you in a cheesehead permanently, Sauce. Come on now, we could use it.
That would be cheating.
God damn it, would that be amazing? Oh my god. I would use my I don't even know. I would have to buy the jersey. I need a Parsons jersey still, and I would like make them my pillowcases or something. I would sleep with the Sauce Gardner Parsons jersey as my pillowcase every night, so it'd just be incredible. Let's say on NFL though, another team where I think we need to kind of evaluate what are they really at this point is the Philadelphia Eagles.